to start by how are you doing with everything going on right now around the world? I know it's crazy out there. How are you going, especially in your job?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am an emergency physician, so dealing with these things on the front line, but overall doing well. I think these are big challenges, not only to Texas and our institution, but to the world. And you can only adapt. You do your best with what's in front of you every day. You take one moment at a time. I think for me, it's actually helped clarify what's very, very important in my life and what can fall off because it's not important. And
Wow.
also to take advantage of the moments I have. I have young kids, so I'm very much enjoying every moment I have with them, as well as the opportunity to help out people getting sick, help out continuing to educate residents and students and everything involved in that.
Definitely. When exactly did you know that you wanted to go into medicine?
I am, and this is the reason I use the word blessed. This was my calling, and I have been very blessed to largely have a direct path to my calling without too many hiccups or distractions. Early on, I remember very distinctly, I have a wonderful wife now, beautiful family, but before I even thought of those things, my mother told me she was trying to protect me, so she was trying to get me places she thought was safe. So you had three options. You can be a priest, a lawyer, or a doctor. Right? It was very straightforward. I was going to do big things. I needed to pick one of them. So
Definitely.
before, when I was 5 or 6, and I remember this, before I liked girls, I said, you know what, I'll be a priest. It seems pretty straightforward. I don't have to deal with those women or anything. You know, fast forward a little bit, puberty hits, and you say, well, not a priest. Let's move on to lawyer or doctor, right? And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
doctor was the one that stuck out for me, and it's just been my path.
One of the main reason for this podcast is to help young Black kings and queen, especially in the inner cities, to know that these options, being a doctor, being a engineer, being an entrepreneur, is definitely options for them. How do you think we could get these kids, especially in the inner cities, again, to pursue these kind of fields, to help them not just pursue, but be able to come in here and be comfortable, know that they are supposed to be in these fields?
Yeah. So I would say so several things. That's such a rich question. I'm only going to give a small piece of the answer,
Mhm.
but I think the biggest thing is having the dream in front of you, right? Being able to see the goal, and that's where we are failing a lot of times. The vision of a physician in most people's mind, if you had 100 people right off the street close their eyes and imagine a doctor, not many of them are going to imagine a minority, right?
Yeah.
Not many of them are going to imagine a woman, right? And I could go on and on about other different aspects that are part of life, part of the spectrum, part of the beauty of life is that we are different. So when you close your eyes and you tell someone, you tell certain people to imagine their future, they might think of what they're doing tomorrow, or maybe what they're going to do to quote unquote get rich versus what their calling is and what kind of impact they'll leave and where they see their careers and their growth. So I think one of the most important things is to help people get that vision in front of them so that
Wow.
they have something to reference. Because when it gets hard, it's that reference point that helps you. When you're challenged, it's the reference point. And I think too, if you are one being led by God and it is your calling on life, you're going to be pruned too. So some setbacks are meant to be there and are good, right? So if
Wow.
you have a problem with anger and your calling is to lead, at some point you might have to have that anger worked out of you, right?
Yeah.
So you may be thrown into situations that make you angry so that you can learn to come up higher, right? If you have
Wow.
a challenge, and like I said, you could talk to pretty much anybody. If you play sports, you play video games, you read, you write, whatever it is. If you do something and it's easy, it's a waste of your time. It's pointless. You don't want to do it again. You go to a carnival, you come up to a game, you do the game, it's really easy, and you get a plastic ring. That you don't want to go back to that. That was a waste of your time. But you go somewhere else in that carnival, you got this game that's technically difficult. You got to focus, and there's a big reward. There's a big stuffed teddy bear at the end, and your sister wants this teddy bear. You need to get this teddy bear for her, right? You're focused. You have a vision ahead of you. The challenge actually adds to the value of what you do and your path. And I think so many times people look at challenges and difficulties as messages that they shouldn't be doing things. They're supposed to be there. That's what's helping to make you stronger, right?
Definitely.
You don't go lift weights and pick up a 5-pound weight and just do that 100 times. You put more weight on that, right? If I saw you in a gym and you put on 5-pound weights on both sides of a barbell and started bench pressing, I might laugh at you, right?
Definitely.
You're going to challenge yourself. You're going to put the more weights on. You're going to push yourself. And some of those things that happen in life are to push you, are to help you grow. And I think people don't think about that, don't understand that. And but at the same time, I think one of the other biggest things we can do are efforts like these to get people out there, get their stories out there, inspire, to help, to reach back so that people know they can be overcome, right? People know that their dream is attainable and that challenges are part of the process. But here are people that made it and continue to grow. I'm still on a path. I've hit a certain level of where I should be. And that's the beautiful thing about a calling. Once you get to this mountaintop, you're able to see, oh, there's my next mountain, right? I couldn't see it before because I wasn't here. But now that I'm here, I can get there. And not only that, look at these other people around me also trying to climb up. While I'm figuring out how I get to my next mountain, let me figure out how to help others get where I am or get further or even do better than I did while I'm here, right? So I think those are the sort of key critical points. Definitely not everything, but key critical.
Thank you so much, Dr. Pillow. This was definitely amazing. I just talking to you, getting your perspective on things.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.